Hey gang, it's Last Username, and I've been working on an AFK Ice Machine. That is a machine where you can just walk away from it and it will collect ice for you and put it in your inventory until your inventory is full. And here's a simple proof of concept. All this is 4 water source blocks held up by signs, and that will give you an infinite water cloner. But one of them is exposed to the sky. And as long as you're in a snow biome, that one block will freeze repeatedly. And if you stand here in this water stream and get out your Silk Touch tool, point it at the sky and just hold the button down, then whenever that block freezes, you will instantly mine it. And it'll go into your inventory and the water will be cloned, and this will happen over and over again until your inventory is full. Of course, it's very, very slow, but it does work. Let's just see it in action. And so on and so on. Here's a very simple way to improve on the efficiency of that machine. In this version, we have not 1, but 4 water blocks exposed to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's an extra block here, so that when all these are broken, they will still all clone back into place. And other than that, it's the same design. There's current here to push the blocks into me when they fall. And I position myself right here, as close to the water as I can, and I aim just on the bottom edge of that closest block and press the button. Then I will mine all 4 blocks. And of course, as they refreeze, I will continuously mine them and they'll flow into me. So here we've got the same machine, but immediately 4 times as fast. Now, even at 4 times the speed, this is still pretty slow, probably not satisfactory to most people. But there's definitely things we can do to make it much faster even than this. Of course, to make the machine more efficient, what you have to do is add more ice blocks. And if you want to mine many ice blocks when you're not at the computer, you're going to need something to move you along automatically. And my first thought for that was a minecart, similar to my bread factory. But the problem is, minecarts move far too fast to actually mine the ice blocks. Even if you're using an efficiency 4 pick, it's just way too fast. And so you'd have to slow down the minecart quite a bit to actually mine all the blocks. And you can do that with one of these clock circuits that pulses the track on and off. But in order to make the track long enough, you'd have to have numerous of these clocks all along the track, and you'd have to synchronize them, and the circuitry would get very, very complicated. So I abandoned the minecart idea and figured out something else. Instead of a minecart, I decided to try a water canal. So what we have here is a very long building with a water canal along the floor and ice blocks along the roof. And there's 72 blocks on this side, and then it loops around, and there's another 72 blocks on this side going the other direction. So 144 ice blocks total every time around the building. And around the outside, there's water source blocks that are covered up so they don't freeze, and this ensures that the water clones back into place when you mine the ice. And underneath the canals, there's more ice blocks. Now, these don't speed you up at all, but they do speed up the ice block items that fall into the canals, and that just makes sure that the items catch up with you as you're floating along so you don't miss any. So let's see this thing in action. And that's about 1 time around. That entire time I wasn't touching my mouse or my keyboard. The water canal did all the work. And as you can see, not all of the blocks freeze over when you go around, but a lot of them do. And the longer you make the canal, the higher percentage of ice blocks will freeze every time around. So the machine will get more and more efficient as you make it larger. And that is the AFK Ice Farm. Works great, really simple to build. I'm last username. Stay cool.